guys, it's me, and I thought I would do the 50 random things about me tag just because I've had a few people ask me to do it in the past and I've always chickened out and always done like a knockoff like 10 random things about me thing. I guess I've been avoiding it just because I don't think there's anything like, I don't know, fun about any of my random things, so I'm gonna try to go through these as fast as possible. If you have been following me for the past 2 years, you probably already know all of these things, so I apologize. A lot of it will be repeats, but like I said, I'm not a very interesting person, so I don't really know what to share. 1, I was born in South Korea. 2, I was almost 18 months old when I met my parents that I have now. I don't call them adoptive parents because they're my parents, period. And I own absolutely no baby pictures of myself under like 11 to 12 months. I have never seen a newborn baby picture of myself or any baby pictures for that matter, so that's kind of weird. 3, I was sexually abused as a child by a family member. I think since healing from it and stuff, I've become a lot stronger and more confident of a person. I'm not saying that obviously I could have avoided having that done to me in my life to get to where I am, but I'm definitely a stronger person now. 4, I was bullied out of high school. My junior year of high school, it was like mid whatever, lesson learned. Never date in high school, period. Just never date. 5, I had my first daughter at, I got pregnant with her at 17. She was born when I was 18. 6, I met my husband online. Did I mention none of these are in any specific order whatsoever? 7, my husband is 12 years older than me. 8, I got my GED when I was 23. Like I said, I dropped out of high school and went straight to our community college. I took a year there and then I got pregnant and I never returned because I had to work then 2 to 3 jobs at a time to support my daughter and myself. My parents were a huge help, but obviously I needed to bring in the money for myself, so I worked a lot of jobs, so I never went back to school. When I was 23 and I was pregnant with Wyatt, I realized that education is really important, and if there's one thing that I want to be able to prove to my children is that I never really just gave up. So I wanted to go back for my GED, even though I didn't necessarily have to. I was managing to get jobs perfectly fine without it, but I just wanted to make sure my kids knew the importance of education, so there is that. And there's no shame in having your GED. I hate the stigma that comes with GEDs. This is going to be a little PSA rant here, because GEDs, if you look, like they've been revamped, at least in our state. Our state's GED is actually, they did a statistical study, and 70% of the people who graduate from high school can't even pass the GED, our state's GED. And I'm happy to say that I passed in the 95th percentile for our state. So it's not just a cakewalk, and it's not just an easy way of getting out. You have to prove that you know the knowledge of 4 years of high school without actually taking that 4 years of high school. So if you've gotten your GED or you're too ashamed to go get it, don't be ashamed. Go get it. It'll make you feel so much better in the end. Rant over. 9, I was a manager of a Journey shoe store. Not exciting. Journey sucks. 10, I used to bartend. I didn't get any sleep whatsoever. Having a kid during the day, bartending at night was terrible. 11, I'm the youngest of 4 people, or 4 kids. 12, my dad is a minister. 13, my mom is a nurse practitioner, OBGYN. Yep, and I still got pregnant, guys. Minister, nurse practitioner, OBGYN, got pregnant. 14, I love Cher. My taste in music, my taste in anything is super eclectic, and I am not really picky or snobby in any direction. I love Cher. There is not a single, like, I don't know, she's just, her songs, I don't care if you think they're cheesy or whatever, they're just so empowering, and after every breakup or after anything that's ever happened in my life, like, I can just jam out to some Cher. Like, doesn't matter if it's like from the disco era or the 1990s era or whatever, I just love her, and there's something about a deep alto voice that I love, like Tracy Chapman and her and the Indigo Girls. Like, I love Cher. 15, I played competitive soccer and piano my whole life. 16, I was in my high school show choir. It was terrible. 17, I have terrible TMJ. Like, I don't have my night guard here, but my TMJ is so bad that I have to wear a day guard when I'm at home, because I don't wear it out in public, I refuse to, and a night guard, and it's like this like whole thing that goes over the front of my teeth and I have to sleep in it. It's terrible. 18, I've broken my right collarbone 4 times. Soccer, cross country, soccer, just fell running because I'm clumsy like that. 19, I'm allergic to poison oak, but immune to poison ivy. This is an interesting fact. I, as a kid, would roll around in poison ivy, and I would still, like, as an adult, I still don't know what poison ivy looks like. I know it's got 4 leaves, but you gotta be a little bit more specific to me than 4 leaves. But I will still walk through poison ivy and I'll never get it. But poison oak, this 1 second that I, like, touched it, it spread all the way down my arm. I remember I had to go to school with like a ace bandage around my whole arm, and I have scars actually, and it was on my right arm. Sorry, I have scars on my right arm from it. It was all over. It was so terrible. So, ugh, poison oak, gross. 20, I planned the pregnancy before Wyatt, but Wyatt was actually a huge surprise. Am I looking at the right? Yeah, okay. So, if you guys have been following me since we conceived Kaya, I told you guys about my blighted ovum. John and I, after we got married and after I decided to become a stay-at-home mom because Ava was starting school and I needed to be able to pick her up and stuff, long story short, whatever, we decided to start having kids because he wasn't getting any younger and I didn't want my kids to be too spread apart, and I wanted to just get the kids thing out of the way. We got pregnant within the first month of trying, and then I suffered from a blighted ovum that strung out 2 to 3 months, and it was very painful and very heartbreaking experience. I ended up getting a D&C. 3 weeks after I got the D&C, first time John and I had sex, I got pregnant with Wyatt. My doctor said that he doesn't know how that happened. I hadn't even had a period yet. Obviously, it would have been my first period after having the D&C and having been pregnant with my blighted ovum. And it was just crazy. At that point, John and I were like really scared because of the miscarriage, and we weren't ready to have another kid. And we had already made this like decision that we were gonna wait a year and just enjoy each other. And I had signed up and started training for a half marathon, the Indy half marathon. And then I found out I was pregnant, and it was the weirdest experience because I was so unhappy. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't happy when I found out I was pregnant because I was so terrified. I'd just gone through this traumatic experience of a blighted ovum, and then I was just terrified because I was pregnant again all of a sudden. So Wyatt was a surprise, a very happy surprise. We were glad that we had him when we did, but he was a surprise nonetheless. But yeah. 21, I don't know when my real birthday is. This kind of has to do with being adopted. I don't know when my real birthday is. I don't know when I was born. I could have been born in a whole nother month. Who knows? 22. I love cheesy shark movies. You guys know that. Cheesy, just anything. I'm just a cheese factory. I just love it. 23. I'm a sucker for anything mermaids. Yeah. If you watched my sweater weather tag, I just love, like, anything supernatural and sci-fi, like, I can get down with it. Like, yeah. 24, I love makeup more than I wear it. As you guys know, if you watch any of my videos, this is the first time that I've worn makeup in quite a few of them. And it's not because, I don't know, I just felt like wearing makeup today, but I love makeup. I just don't wear it every day. 25, I hate going to bed. Like, no, I don't, like, hate sleeping. I don't, like, hate my bed. I hate the process of getting ready for bed. Because here you are at the end of the day, and then you're just like, oh, now I have to, like, get into my pajamas, brush my teeth, wash my makeup off, which maybe that's why I don't wear makeup that often. Put my hair up because it's super long, and if I don't, John rolls over on it, and I wake up in the middle of the night screaming. You know, brush my teeth, brush my night guard, get my night guard in, put lotion on my hands. Like, it's just such a process, and at the end of the day, I don't want to deal with it. So I hate going to bed. I sound so lazy. 26, I have battled with depression my whole adult life. Ever since high school, I was very, very depressed because of the situation. And then, you know, I got pregnant, and then I was a single mom, and then I had no friends, and then I was still a single mom, and then, you know, postpartum depression after my babies, and just, you know, whatever. 27, I had braces for years, and then my wisdom teeth came up, and now my bottom teeth are all jacked up. Yep, I used to have perfectly pearly white straight teeth after wearing braces for years and years and years, and then my wisdom teeth, which my orthodontist says were never going to come out, came up. So at 19 I had them all 4 taken out. It was painful. They didn't put me to sleep for it, so I could hear every single crunch. It was terrible. Ugh. 28, I love watching Swamp People. If you are not familiar with Swamp People, Google it. I watch it on Amazon Prime. It is the worst show, and they do the worst things. Well, technically not, because their jobs really are for population control of gators, because they're, like, ridiculous in the bayou in like Louisiana and stuff, so they're doing to protect people and whatever. But I just realized how messy that is. Pardon my mess behind me. We're in my bedroom, by the way. But I love people watching. Like, I love it, like at airports or just wherever. Not to judge, but just because it's just interesting seeing how other people live. So Swamp People is like the extreme of people watching. Like, you just gotta watch it. I don't know what it is. It's so addicting. 29, I'm addicted to nail polish, if you didn't know. 30, I have slight OCD when stressed. Okay, so Whenever I get really stressed out in my life, it tends to get worse, but I do have a mild case of OCD. It's more like cleanliness and things out of place. So, okay, for example, if I go upstairs and try to go to bed and I think about, like, stuff on the kitchen floor, it'll eat away at me until I go downstairs and sweep it up. Or if I'm in bed and I'm looking at my shoe rack that's next to my bed on the wall, if one heel is like not angled the right way or the same way as everything else, I have to get out of bed. It doesn't matter, like, if I'm sick and throwing up, I will still get out of bed and I will fix that shoe. It tends to get worse when my life feels like it's spiraling out of control, which I guess makes perfect sense because it's, you know, OCD is a way of kind of taking control of your life, and I've not had control of my life for a long time. Until recently, so it's gotten a lot better. I actually, just thinking about it now, I haven't really been so bad lately, but yes, I have a mild case of OCD. 31, I'm terrible at math, which is so funny because I'm Asian and people think Asians are just brilliant at math. I am terrible at math. 32, unless it's like computing like 20% off on a discount or 40, I can do that in my head, but anything else, forget about it. 32, I have no eyebrows, but lots of mustache. So, if you look at my eyebrows, right now they look fine because I filled them in. But if you would have known me in high school or junior high, I just had no eyebrows. And of course back then I didn't know you could actually like fill in your eyebrows. Like I didn't know this magical pencil existed or powder existed that could make you have eyebrows. So I just like rocked the no eyebrow thing, and it just looked so weird looking back at my pictures. I'm like, ugh. But I have very fair, sparse eyebrows, but I have like dark little mustache hairs, which I have to like tweeze, and it's so frustrating. And I've talked about this before. Don't lie. Don't even think that you're any different than me. I know you guys got hair somewhere that you're not happy about. So, yeah. So I have mustache hair. No eyebrows. 33. I am terrified of frogs and toads. Like, terrified. And the reason why I'm terrified about them is because they could easily just jump in any direction and do whatever they want, like, in a heartbeat, and I would have no control over it. Like, if somebody placed a frog in front of me, which my husband has because we have them all over our house, like, around the house, it freaks me out because, like, any minute they could just, like, jump at you, and that freaks me out. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. 34. I never finish drinks. John hates that. Whether it's like a pop that I buy or I ask John to get me a glass of water, I always do. I'm doing better now, but before I was terrible. You would find like little glasses or cups of water or bottled waters that were like half finished all over the house. Because of course I'd grab a new one or John would bring me a new one. My nightstand after like a week just has water bottles all over it. Like, with water in it. And I joke about it that I'm just like that little girl from Signs. I'm just waiting for the alien to attack, and, you know, our house will be safe because there's water everywhere. 35. I dream in premonitions. If you've ever experienced deja vu, my deja vu, you can even ask my husband and my mom, my deja vu goes a little bit further than just like, oh, I feel like I've done this before. Mine goes, oh, I feel like they've done this before, and now this is gonna happen. And for like a split second, I'll think of something and that will happen. And I know you guys are like, girl, you're crazy, or wow, I really liked watching this girl until she went nuts, but I'm being serious. Like, it's like it feels deeper and further than just a deja vu, and it's like just so real, like I've been living it before, which kind of makes me feel like I believe in incarnation too, but I'm not going to get into that because then you guys will think I'm even more nuts, so yeah. 36, I'm a scab picker. I know that sounds so nasty, and again, you guys are like, why am I watching this girl? She is disgusting. She grows mustaches. She believes in aliens. She believes in premonitions. Like, you guys all probably think I'm nuts. But, yes, I pick my scabs. I think it started when I was in the adoption orphanage. Haha, don't you feel bad for making fun of me because I have a sad story. I was in an orphanage. Kidding. It started when I was in the orphanage. I had chicken pox, and they didn't really help me deal with my chicken pox, I guess. And so, yeah, I picked and I scratched and I picked scabs, and now I have scars everywhere. So, yes. 37, I'm very self-conscious of my forehead, teeth, and chicken pox scars. So, like my forehead, I don't like these wrinkles. I'm very self-conscious, so I usually wear bangs. My teeth, I don't like how crooked they are because at certain angles it looks really funny. And then I have chicken pox scars all over my forehead, all over my arms, and all over my legs, again from picking my scabs because nobody stopped me in the orphanage. 40, I'm allergic to bubble bath and Ambien. I don't know, bubble bath makes me like freak out, break out, like itchiness everywhere. And then Ambien, if I take one, I get knocked out for like a week. It's terrible. 42, I sometimes suffer from anxiety attacks. They're like mini anxiety attacks. Like when I started going out with friends again, I would like freak myself out about going out because I wasn't used to being out, and my husband would have to like force me to go out. Like I would actually come up with excuses last minute to like call my friends and be like, oh, I can't come because, and he would be like, no, you have to go, like you have to go. And I would sit there and I would try to like talk myself out of going, like, and I don't know what it is. I think it's just because I just get anxious. I get very anxious, and then I get like nervous tummy, and then I have like poopies because of my nervous tummy, and it's just not fun. 43, I'm really outgoing, but I'm actually really shy at the same time. I think I compensate with my shyness by talking too much. So if I'm ever like just rambling, it's because I'm really actually nervous and shy around you. That's why. 44, I'm a homebody and an introvert, and here's John. Hi, John. Hi. I'm talking to you too. You want to say hi to you too? Oh, did I get packages?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Tom.
Okay, so yeah, I'm a really big introvert. Being around people actually sucks energy out of me. Like I like being around people, but by the end of the day, I'm like exhausted and I have to like be by myself. If I'm around people for lots of days in a row and they're like, it's always certain people. It's not all people. If I'm really close to people, I don't have to try too hard. It's not a big deal. But if it's people that I have to be on all the time with, if I'm with them like multiple days in a row, I have to then take like 2 days to just be by myself, just like re-energizing. And I'm a huge homebody. I love just hanging out at home. 45, I love Indian food. I love Indian food. More so than Korean food, which Korean food is my like, that's my thing. But I love Indian food. It's amazing. 46, I want to be a writer when I grow up. Whenever I grow up, whenever that is. 47, I used to be extremely camera shy. If you look at my first video that I ever made, it's so embarrassing, and it's like, I know some of you, if you watch it, you're gonna be like, oh, you're just pretending to be that shy and whatever. No, I was so shy, like shy and almost threw up. Like, I was that kid in high school who would avoid the camera at all costs, like when the school camera person would come by. But yeah, I used to be extremely camera shy. I just didn't like taking pictures or being in front of the camera. 48. I spend more time in my pajamas than I do actual clothes. I think that's pretty normal when you're a stay-at-home mom, but it's also pretty sad because I got dressed up today just to make these videos on a Friday night. 49. I hate lipstick. I don't care what kind of lipstick it is. I can wear like chapstick and lip glosses, but lipsticks, oh, they like smell funny and taste funny, and I can't do it. I can't do it. And then last one, I had a problem thinking of the last one. So, oh, here's the last one. So sometimes when we are trying to be cheap and save money, like we are right now during our fiscal fast, I buy these Dixie like to-go hot cups for $2.50 for like 12 of them, and then I use them for my coffee or hot chocolate, and then it makes me feel like I'm going to Starbucks even though I can't afford Starbucks. So there are my 50 random facts. I'm gonna let you guys go because John just let Kai up the stairs and I'm gonna have to deal with her. So I will talk to y'all later.